Let's demystify fertilizer today. I'm sure everybody knows that you need to fertilize your plants, but there are so many fertilizer options and they're all different. And what does it all mean? First things first, every fertilizer that is sold in the US at least is going to have three numbers on the front. For example, on this one, it is 21 0 3. And those three numbers are called your NPK numbers, and that stands for nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. And it actually means that by weight, there is that much percent of that nutrient in that bag. So this is a bag of lawn fertilizer. 21 is the first number. That's the nitrogen number. That means that 21% of this bag by weight is nitrogen. So this is a 20-pound bag of fertilizer. If you multiply 20 pounds times 0.21, which would be 21%, you're going to get 4.2 pounds. So there are 4.2 pounds of nitrogen in this bag. This Happy Frog fertilizer is an organic fertilizer. Organic fertilizers usually have much lower numbers. For example, this one is a 573. So only 5% of what's in this bag, which is a 4-pound bag, is actually nitrogen. When you do the math on that, that means that there's only 3.2 ounces of nitrogen in this 4-pound bag, which seems like very little, but the numbers don't tell the whole story as to what's in the bag. Oftentimes, you have to look at the back of the bag to see what the other ingredients are. For example, this bag also contains copper, iron, manganese, and zinc, which aren't represented in these numbers. This bag, along with a lot of other stuff, also has 7% calcium, which is really high compared to most other vegetable fertilizers. And that's going to help combat against blossom end rot in your tomatoes. So what do nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium do for your plants? Nitrogen is going to be more for your leafy growth and stem growth, the overall size and vigor of the plant. Phosphorus is going to be more for fruiting, flowering, seed production, and root development. And then potassium is going to be for the overall health of the plant. Okay, now that you know what's in the bag and how that works, how do you know which product to buy for your garden? Well, that's going to depend on what type of soil you have and what type of plants you are growing. I will tell you that nitrogen is the most important of all the numbers because that's the one that's going to help out with cell development and photosynthesis more than any other nutrient. But a good way to know for sure what your soil needs would be to get a soil analysis done that would actually show you whether you're low in phosphorus or nitrogen or sulfates or whatever it may be. That way you can then appropriately add the fertilizer that's going to help those different categories. Oftentimes you can get soil analysis done by local universities or maybe an extension agent. Or you may need to send off a sample of soil to a soil lab. This is a pretty complicated subject, and we're just kind of going over some basics here. But if you have deeper questions, let me know down in the comments, and I'll do my best to answer them.